The sea, the snot green sea, the scrotum tightening sea. That's an odd yet incredibly vivid description. Did you know that over a third of the references and metaphors are maritime themed, despite Leopold Bloom's journey through town being landlocked? Okay, I made that statistic up, but you have to admit that there are a lot of them. The sea is omnipresent in Joyce's Dublin, a character in its own right, whispering, reflecting, and sometimes roaring its significance to the unfolding narrative. So, what does it mean in Ulysses? There are multiple possibilities. First, consider the sea the stage of life's journey. From the ancient mariner tales to the sojourns of Odysseus that Joyce emulates, the sea is humanity's vast theater of adventure and self discovery. In Ulysses, the sea mimics our existence, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy, but always vast and mysterious. It compels us to venture beyond the horizon, mirroring the quest of our protagonists, Leopold Bloom and Stephen Dedalus, as they navigate the streets of Dublin, their urban sea. The sea also serves as an undulating mirror for their inner states. Like the ebb and flow of tides influenced by the moon, Bloom and Daedalus's thoughts and emotions wax and wane in the narrative. They struggle with grief and longing, and in these introspective moments, the sea's presence resonates with internal ebbs and flows of sentiment. It is both a place of solace and a void that echoes sense of loss and the existential inquiries that bubble up from the depths of the mind. A poignant line in Ulysses beautifully illustrates this mirroring effect between the sea and Daedalus's inner world. Joyce writes, "He looked down on the slumbering sea, its white teeth flashing." Here the characterization of the sea as slumbering yet with white teeth flashing captures the dichotomy of Stephen's state, outwardly still and composed, and inwardly fraught with tumultuous emotions and thoughts. Its white teeth flashing could also signify the lurking dangers of Stephen's internal struggles, hidden beneath the calm surface of his demeanor. But what of freedom and constraint? The sea can represent the ultimate freedom, an open expanse where a man can chart his course unhindered by the encumbrances of the land. Yet there's also a hint of unpredictability and danger, holding as much potential to entrap or drown as to liberate. Joyce plays with this duality. The same waters that cradle the protagonist's aspirations can also swallow them whole, reminding us of our flirtation with the liberating yet perilous pursuit of our dreams. Let's return to a powerful passage from both the near beginning of Ulysses and this video that encapsulates this duality of freedom and constraint. It's when Joyce writes, "The sea, the snot green sea, the scrotum tightening sea." And this sentence presents a stark contrast. The sea is portrayed as both repelling and uncomfortable, yet the same expansive and boundless body offers a sense of liberation and escape. Scary stuff. The visual imagery of snot green and the sensory evocation of scrotum tightening depict the sea as a realm of discomfort and unease. And yet this very sea sometimes provides the characters a sense of boundless freedom, showing the paradoxical nature of the sea and, by extension, life itself. And one cannot discuss Ulysses without addressing Joyce's narrative techniques. The sea is also integral here. The sea's imagery is interwoven with the stream of consciousness style that defines the novel. Just as the sea connects lands and people, Joyce's narrative connects thoughts and moments flowing fluidly and sometimes turbulently from one to another. It becomes a metaphor for treating time and memory, expansive and continuous, breaking down the linear constraints in favor of a more organic view of human experience. And this is really where we see the sea's connection with Leopold Bloom and the language that evokes the movement of the ocean. A compelling example of how sea imagery is woven with stream of consciousness in Ulysses is when Joyce writes, "His soul was swooning into some new world, fantastic, dim, uncertain as undersea, traversed by cloudy shapes and beings. A world, a glimmer, or flower, glimmering and trembling, trembling and unfolding, a breaking light, an opening flower, it spread in endless succession to itself, breaking in full crimson and unfolding and fading to palest rose, leaf by leaf and wave of light by wave of light. Her eyes were watching it, and the waves breaking, breaking." This quote beautifully illustrates the convoluted yet fluid continuity of thoughts, much like the sea waves breaking and unfolding in endless succession. Remember, as every tide recedes to reveal new washed up treasures on the shore, so does every reading of Ulysses reveal new dimensions in its symbols. There are more interpretations of this symbol, so make your passage through its pages, and perhaps you'll discover something new in the sea's whispered secrets. And if you have a favorite sea-related passage from the novel, please share it in the comments, and don't miss these other videos on Ulysses. Of course, like, share, and subscribe, enabling notifications so you don't miss more Joycean Odysseys.